I have to tell y'all, I was not one of the top 10 for my class when I graduated from Rayburn. My wife, however, was, and she has not let me forget it in 15 years of marriage. And I'll also remind her that those 2 periods of honors drill team must have been extremely challenging. So, she's not here tonight, I can say that. No one tell her. Congratulations to all of y'all. We'll get started here. First off, we have Shining Stars, Samantha Amistizza with Distinguished Educator Heidi Butcher. Samantha says, thanks to her, I realized my passion for the environment through her establishment and endorsement of the Envirothon team. Thanks to her, I know what it means to be a kind-hearted spirit who's willing to share their blessings. Shining Star Daisy Castillo is here with her distinguished educator, Jose Diaz. Daisy says, Coach Diaz has been the motivator I needed to achieve what I believed was unattainable. I can say, without a doubt, Coach Diaz has had a huge impact on not only my educational success, but also my personal perseverance. Next from Tim Rayburn is Shining Star David Chapa, along with his distinguished educator. Our next Shining Star from Rayburn is Michelle Estrada. She is here with her distinguished educator, Lynette Palmer. Michelle says, she has always inspired me to look at the school in such a positive manner and powered through even the most difficult tasks, knowing that rewards can only come through hard work. Mrs. Palmer has always had a lively spirit that really transferred through to her teaching methods and has made learning in her class both enjoyable and impactful to my life. Not only is he an excellent first-year physics teacher, but he is a friend that I admire. Mark McGuire is the next Shining Star from Rayburn. He chose Richard Shepard as his distinguished educator. Mark says, the way he taught his class was incredible. He made it impossible to not have fun, and he's the one main reason that I'm determined to become a teacher. Our next Shining Star is George Alcacer with his distinguished educator, Jeffrey Embry. George says, Mr. Embry is an educator that has guided me my 4 years of high school to my pathway of success and accomplishments. As a band director, his job should mainly consist of teaching students music. However, he goes beyond just teaching music since his life lessons that inspires others to become their absolute best. Thank you, Mr. Embry. Welcome, Shining Star, a role model to help with my position as orchestra president. There are not enough words to describe how thankful I am for him. Kelly Villarreal is our last Sam Rayburn Shining Star, and she has chosen Michael Segrist as her distinguished educator. Kelly says his continuous optimism and passion for not just teaching, but expanding his own knowledge and education have encouraged me to want to pursue a life and a career that will ultimately bring me joy. Thank you, Mr. Segrist. And congratulations.
She has chosen distinguished educator, Mr. Paul Gutierrez. Marlene says, I've learned many things in his class that have caused me to take a more interest in a distinguished educator. I have had the blessing and the privilege of being coached by Coach Garney during my 4 years in high school. He has always invested a lot of time in motivating the baseball team to accomplish the impossible. He has guided me in becoming successful in every aspect of my life. Our next Shining Star from South Houston is Stephanie Mendoza, along with her distinguished educator, Geraldine Molina. Stephanie says, Mrs. Molina has traveled parts of the world to teach, and it comes to show that you can do 2 things that you love at the same time. She has inspired in a way that I can incorporate the different parts of what I do into one. Shining Star, Katia Alvarez. not only as a teacher, but as a friend. Whenever I have a question about college or what is best for my future, I go to her for advice, and she gladly offers. Shining Star Angel Ruiz is next, with distinguished educator Bradley Wheeler. Angel says, his style of teaching has made me think deeper and more objectively about problems. I'm very thankful to have had Mr. Wheeler for my last 2 years of high school. And lastly, Hogan Tran is the Shining Star from Southeastern with this distinguished educator, Jorge Olivares. Hogan says, I rate Mr. Olivares as a 10 on the PH scale because he's basically the best teacher ever. And if we could please have the Pasadena High School students and their mentors line up, their teachers line up. Next, I would like to introduce a fellow Foundation board member, Ms. Judy Harrison, and she will announce our next group of students.
Well, I also say good evening and wow, awesome students, but thank you parents, thank you supporters, thank all of you for the wonderful time this evening. I'm introducing our Adobe Shining Stars, and our first Adobe Shining Star is Bill Wynn and his distinguished educator, biology teacher, Maureen Nowicki.
Thank you, sir.
Bill says, Mrs. Nowicki was the beacon of my high school career. I go to her before every competition to calm my nerves and the good lucks, or when I just want to converse.
The crowd actually got it. Yeah.
Next we have Shining Star Stephen Lee, with his distinguished educator, elementary school librarian, Cindy Walker.